Well, the new wave of rising stars continues to emerge, and joining me is a young man at the very tender age of 17, although I think he'd like to be having this interview as a winner. Unfortunately, that's not the case to be, beaten as a favourite in the previous event at Club and Angle. But it's good to catch up with, as I said, a new kid on the block in Lucas Bucca. Well, Lucas, unfortunately, hopefully you're going to be joining me as a winner, but no luck at that previous event with OK Gringo.
Yeah, unfortunately, just couldn't get out. It's the race life for you, and you just got to move on with your life and keep training the horses.
You're following in your father's footsteps, Anthony, of course, the first generation, you're the second, a wonderful role model.
Obviously wonderful role model in my life, but you always got to have a passion for the horses. I myself love them, can't get rid of them, and yeah.
Of course, your father enjoyed a lot of success, Lucas. As far as his best horses were concerned, which one do you think stands out?
Well, obviously there was a few before my time, but one that stands out to me was Rainbow Dasher. Always the smallest horse in the pack. Like myself, I'm pretty small, but it's always had a big impact. She's done a lot actually for the horses, and she's always been good.
Still at school, 17 years of age, into year 12. Beyond school, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at mechatronics at the moment, and hopefully I get into that. Obviously, I'm going to juggle my life with mechatronics and harness racing.
For the initiative, mechatronics, what's that involve?
That's the combination of computer science and mechanical engineering.
So no doubt when you finish high school, you'll be into a degree at university?
I'm not 100% sure. I might take a gap year and figure out what uni I'm going to go to, and yeah.
No doubt, with this passion you have for harness racing, in particular the horse, you're going to try and juggle both a career and also a career in harness racing?
Yeah, obviously you got to try and juggle both. It's going to get a bit hard at some stages of my life, but I think I always have a passion deep down. I always want to do harness racing first.
Can you see it as a hobby?
No, not at all.
Your father certainly was able to juggle both. He had the horses and also a very successful career in real estate.
Yeah, he's always had a successful career in real estate, and he's juggled both. So if he can do it, I can do it, and anyone can do it.
Now, you never had the same career path into harness racing as a lot of the youngsters. You didn't go through the mini trots?
No, I never went to the mini trots. My dad said, not worth it, just work with me. And he taught me the ropes. He taught me everything I know today, and how I race is basically the same way he races.
Now, Lucas, a lot of the rising stars we've seen over the past 10 or so years, commencing with the likes of Robbie Morris, and we go to Ashley Syker, current day people like Josh Gallagher, Jack Callaghan, Cam Hart, all inspirational role models? They're role models to me. Obviously, Josh Gallagher went to the same school as me, St. Greg's, and honestly, he's just been a few years above me. I've watched a few of his races, and just seeing how other people drive inspires me to drive and hopefully get a winner someday. Must have given you a great deal of satisfaction when he lifted that Inter Dominion trophy.
Obviously, yeah. He was pretty happy, so...
And about, as far as your career is concerned, watching people like they succeed gives you a nice career path towards wanting to do exactly the same.
Yeah, you obviously want to do the same as them, and you always want to get a few wins. Obviously going to have your ups and downs, but you want to have more ups and downs.
You've only had a handful of drives, as we mentioned, still looking for that first winner. OK Gringo, certainly a horse to follow?
He's definitely a horse to fire. He's very quick off the mark, very light on his toes. Obviously needs a bit of refining there and here, but overall he's a very great horse.
Outside of harness racing and your studies, you're also heavily involved in cross country.
Yes, I am. I'm pretty good at cross country. I went to New South Wales CCC and was going to represent the state in cross country, but unfortunately COVID, and I could not.
Well, that cross country is not going to put you in good stead, because now you've got to go face the stewards. So you can't outrun them. But nice to catch up with Lucas, and hopefully in the very near future we'll be having a chat as a winner.
Nice to see you too. Hope to catch up too.